Okay, what we're about to do is do chart breakdowns to look at what happened last week and some potential opportunities that could be coming up this week. So let's get right to the charts and let's see what it do. All right, so on last week, there was a lot of economic data that came out. We had the Fed interest rates on last week, and we also had NFP on Friday. And then the CAD pairs or whatever, they went nuts as well. So there was a lot of explosive moves. So here's the first thing I'm going to say. Normally, I'm an ocean wave trader in the beginning of the week, but with certain pairs, because they have overextended themselves, I'm going to be very, very leery of continuing to look for continuations on them, which is what the ocean wave system is for. It's for continuation pairs. So certain pairs, I will be looking for opportunities, but some of these, such as this one, I will not. It has no business being this high up. It was simply due to news. And so therefore, I'm hoping that what it will do is do a retracement back to the top, do a retest, and then get ready to pop and drop. Either way it goes, this is one I'm definitely looking to get into. I did post up the news event video for you guys a few minutes ago. So make sure to look at that one because I know on Tuesday, AUD is coming out with their interest rates. Okay, so AUD is the one you want to be cautious of. Okay, JPY, it came down and hit support. As you can see, Sexy Analyst called it. You can see these white dots, which is our built-in support levels and resistance levels. You can change these colors to whatever you want, but I got mine as yellow and white. And it hit off the 4-hour trend line, and as soon as it did, it found support and bounced right on up. Okay. But this one here, I am looking for an opportunity. So for a pull down, to the downside on that one. Okay. AUD, I'm not a fan of trading that. I'm really not. It's a very sneaky pair. I don't trade that one. This one here is, it's hitting this resistance level. Hit it very, very well. Right across here. You guys can see that. Okay. So a lot of these, I'm not sure. This is one of those, the markets that went kind of haywire all last week to the point where it's kind of dangerous to, you don't know whether to go ahead and keep going for continuations or not. So just be very, very careful of trading because even on the daily time frame, you can see that this one here has already hit a level right here. So normally this is one that I would look for ocean wave trades to continue up, but seeing this right here, I think it'll retest the top. So, let me go to the 4-hour. It can retest the top, but you can see all that stagnation. Same thing on the daily. Okay. So once I see that, I'm not looking, even if the ocean wave shows me an opportunity to trade to the upside, typically I will avoid these. Okay. This is why it's good to have both trading systems, one for reversals and one for trend trading. Okay. So you'll see. Okay. You can also see that the trend lines are now angled down. Why? Because it created a high and the lower highs. It spiked up, but then went back down and settled as a lower high. So the trend lines will automatically adjust themselves to say, hey, we're looking like this could potentially go to the downside. Okay. But I'm not a fan of the AUD, of the Swiss unless I'm trading a trend. This one here, I climbed out. I'm sorry, copycat family. So here's what happened. On Friday, I saw this and I even drew this up for you guys. And I said, okay, guys, look at this. I'm going to go to a blank chart so you guys can see this. So what I did was I sent this out to the CC group because we did get hit on AUD CAD because of the spike on news. So I said, let me just go ahead and get y'all back some of these pips because that was one of the 3 losses that we had suffered. We only suffered 3 losses last week, but this was one of them. So when the price action that came here, okay, here. So this is where I had drew the line. And better yet, instead of drawing a line, I'll draw a box as well on top of it so you guys can see what I saw. And I actually posted this into the CC group. So here's what I saw, okay? And I'll take this line out. It'll be better. All right, so you guys can clearly see what's going on here. It reached up, NFP news, push. And as soon as it hit this wall right there, I said, okay, I hopped into the trade and I said, all right, I'm expecting that this thing is going to go ahead and retrace back, okay? Yeah, right about there is where I got in, somewhere around that area. All right, so it pushed, looked like it was trying to go a little bit further, but couldn't go anywhere. But then it just stalled out. It just sat there for at least 30 minutes or so. And since it was a Friday, I said, well, you know what, you guys, let me go ahead and just close it out and we'll look at some trades next week. And lo and behold, look what happened. I hate when I'm right, but too early. Look what happened. It poked up one more again, like my mama used to say, one more again, and then dropped for 40 pips. I was right. Oh my God. Oh, I hate when I'm right. And then got out too early. But that's what happened. I was completely correct on this. Completely correct. But that's what I saw. Okay. So I was right. But either way it goes, there's more trades coming up. So that's what I saw. I said that thing was imbalanced, way out of place. And it was only because of news. And I would have held on to it if it wasn't a Friday. But because it was a Friday, I decided, you know what, this thing ain't budging. It looked like the market had dried up. So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get on out. But for those who attended my class on last Wednesday, and I was telling you about trading news events, this was a perfect example of what I was talking about, how you can get some very nice attractive entries and pips if you just wait right after news events. Okay. Now, there's two ways I do it. One, if you want to get in early, then wait about 30 minutes to an hour after the news event is over, and then see what's left. Okay. And in this situation, it was literally exactly 30 minutes. 30 minutes on the dot. 30 minutes after the news event came out, then guess what? It started stalling out. Okay. And that's what you want. You want it to stall out so that everybody who had those knee-jerk reactions are done. The other way, which is what I was expecting, which is why I close up, is because what happens is when the JPY or the Asian session and the Australian session open, they tend to want to come back, retrace and retest the top, and that gives you that double top. And at that point, you can still tackle it, which is what I'm expecting on this. At some point, it may come back up and retest the level. And once it does that, then it's solid for me. Okay. But it may not. I don't know. But I'm sure upset with myself because I should have just waited because I was 100% correct on that one. Sorry, 60 group. All right. So same thing here, knee-jerk reactions. So here's where I'm concerned. Normally, you guys, and I do think that Sunday going into Monday is still going to do the same thing. It's going to retest some bottoms. Okay, that's what the market does. It retests bottoms. So I'm seeing this right here, but I do think it'll come back down and retest a bottom level. Okay. So I'm not getting hyphy and all excited. Oh, it's time to buy because this is still showing consolidation. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go to the ocean wave. Okay. You see what I mean? Ocean wave is saying, nope, it's still got a little downside movement coming on. So I think it can come down a little bit and retest that bottom. Not much. So if that's the case, again, this is exactly why I'm not looking to do a lot of, trend trading to the bottom right off the top. Ocean wave trading on certain pairs. This thing can come down and retest that bottom, but if it does, this will be a good one to enter in for a retracement back to the upside. Okay. So that is one I'm keeping my eye on. And that's the JPY pairs. Almost all of them did that. Okay. CAD, nothing there. This one here, it did it early. Okay. You see how it just went down and popped back up. I prefer the ones that's dancing. I'll put my head over here. I'm prefer the ones that's dancing right off of my trend line, right off the trend. Okay. So like this CAD, I wanted to dance right off this strong support level and then bounce to the upside. That's what I'm going to be looking for. See that level right there? And let me change this color so we can make it brighter. Brighter day, brighter day. See, that's what I'm looking for. I want bright. That's too bright. Uh-oh. Let's make it gray. All right, cool. That's good. That's good. All right, so this is what I'm looking for. Right there. See that level? See all that? So if it stays within this, not tomorrow, because again, it can break even through here. It has a slick way of doing that stuff. So that's why I'm not going to be looking for a reversal trade on Sundays going into Mondays. This just absolutely never something I'm looking forward to doing. You may have some rare one-offs, but most of the time, nope, I'm not looking forward to that. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. This one shot up, news event. Nothing there though that I like to see. Let me move my head out the way. All right, so this here, nothing. Euros went down on Friday. See, they all went down, but then this CAD pushed this one up. As you can see, the CAD pushed that one up, CAD pushed that one up, and CAD pushed that one up. See, they way overextended. Okay, so that was because of CAD news. So that's what I'll be trying to tell you guys. Some of you guys, you get all upset about trades and this and that. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. But let me say this. Some of y'all get all upset and bunched up in your feelings over news events, but this is exactly what I'm saying. When these types of things are happening consistently, they're just, look at what's going on. This has been happening recently. There's just nothing you can do. So losses are inevitable. And you can blame, or you can point fingers, or you can say this and that, but the losses is going to happen because look at all these different spikes that's going on. These are news events, and you don't have control of that. Okay? You can be in the perfect trade, and then all of a sudden, all right? But anyway, this is what I'm looking at. See, these are the type of trades I'm looking at. Okay? Going from the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly see it's hitting on a strong support level that's been retested many times. Okay, it's sitting on the 61.8 Fibonacci level, and it's sitting right here on my trend lines. All of this is included with the sexy analyst. That's why I said, if you don't have the sexy, you're missing out on opportunities. You really are. Okay, but anyway, you can see this is clearly an uptrend. So basically, it did a sharp retrace all the way to the other side of the trend line. And so this is what I'm looking for. A number of candles showing that this is a strong support level. I still won't buy yet. I think that this, if I do, I may take a small position just to test it, but typically Sundays going into Mondays, I'm only looking for trend trades to go, trend trades. So since this was a downtrend, I'm still looking at this possibly can come back and retest this level. If it does, then I will really like to jump in, okay? But that's what I'm looking at. But if not, I might take a little small nibble on that one, okay? Because a lot of these, they're just way overly extended. And so therefore, as far as looking for a major push further to the downside, I doubt it. Okay, look at this one. Same thing. Way too far. Now, I do think this may retest down to the bottom. See that? So I think it could come back and retest. If it does, I really do hope so. I'm looking for a lot of these pairs to retest these levels. I hope so, because I'm going to gobble. I'm going to treat it like it's Thanksgiving. I'm going to be eating good. Okay. See how these push way out of their limits. So if this will come and push, and it's literally at the 50% retracement level right there. So if this one does the same thing, like I said, there's going to be a ton of opportunities this week for those who are patient and looking for what they're looking for. Again, I've just always been now skeptical of doing reversal trades on Sundays going into Monday. I don't need to draw that all the way down there because it's irrelevant to this level right here. And we can even put it here because here's where it broke through and became support. And since then, you can see this is a strong level. You can see it. And there we go. So I'm hoping that this do come back down here and retest on Sunday going into Monday. If so, I'm going to be taking some nice setup on that. Okay. See this way out of bounds, way out. On the daily, it touched on the 38.2 fib level, and we can draw a level there. And you'll see that right here going all the way back to here. See that strong bounce level. Every time it came here, came up, broke through, became support, came up, and here it is again. So again, I'm hoping that it will retest that level. If it does, push down a little further, yeah, I'm going to be eating like Pac-Man. Okay, nothing there. GCAD, nothing there. G, look at that. Same thing. See, I drew that line. I'm hoping that it will retest on Sunday going into Monday. Personally, to be honest with you, I might not even trade on Sunday. I normally, or if I do, I may look for one or two little simple, safe ocean wave trades. But typically, some of these, they're so oversold or overbought until, if they do go a little bit further, they may go a little bit further, but not much. I'm not expecting that. So I may just sit and wait, which would be a smart move. This one here, I'm hoping that it'll retest. See, it's over leveraged, over level, hit that level. Here's where I saw it on the daily time frame. See, right here, boom. You see that? See? You see that? Comes up above it, but then come back down. Okay. Right here, stalls out, resistance, and then right here. So I'm hoping that it will retest this level, and then I'm going to gobble that all now. That's why I said there's a lot of good opportunities for reversals. You can see it right here more clearly. Okay. You see right here, and you see it came close right there. Okay, same thing. Okay, now I prefer for you to see it better if we drew in zones. Zones is where you can actually see it so that you encompass the whole range. Okay, now you can see it. Let me pull this down a bit. The whole range. See, now you can see a range. See how it came into that range? Came into the range and then dropped. Retested in this range and dropped. Came into this range, dropped. Now it's in this range and you see it got stopped out right here. But it could push all the way up and go all the way up here. So that's why I said I'm not going to jump right on in. Because Sundays are where what happens is the Asian market and the Australian market like to push in the same direction that the London and New York had left off at. So since they were pushing higher, those may push it higher and retest. So I'm going to wait until my normal time around 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and see what the market does. Okay. All right. And there we go. Nothing there. Nothing there. See this retested, touched, and came back within parameters. Okay. Within the trend, but nothing there. All right. Same thing. This one overshot and it came back down, but I think it may retrace. Okay, this dropped real hard. I hope it retests, but you see it hit a strong support level. Look at that, 38.2 level. Boom. As soon as it hit in that 38.2 level, look what happened. Price was stalling out. And every time it comes in here, it pops out, pops out, pops out. Okay. All right, this is a USD CAD. CAD was dropping like a rock, but again, all the CAD pairs shot up, and so did this one. Okay. Now, this is one I did eat some pips off of this one because I saw that it did the same thing. So I did hop in and do a hop in and hop out on my account. So as soon as it did that, I waited 30 minutes, saw that it was stalling out, hit strong level, took some pips off of that. But then I did eat and run. And see, I only took a little bit. See, just a little, not much, because it was Friday. I don't like holding stuff over the weekend. Okay, and here's your indices. Indices, they all shot up because of NFP news. Okay. See, all of them did the same thing, but I think that they may stop and do a pullback. Okay, they're all overextended, but we'll see. Okay, and this is gold. All right, and gold is just taking its time. It's stuck. So me personally, I know a lot of people like trading gold, but according to this setup, it could retest to the bottom and then shoot up and go up higher. Okay, if it comes back down to this range right here, it could go on back up. According to what I see. Again, I'm not a gold trader. A lot of you guys out there are gold traders, like our sister in the family, Miss Liz, and I know my son PJ trades gold, and other people, they gold people, goldy golds. So I'll make the range right there, and then I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. Right there. All right, so let's make that, blow it up. All right, now you can see it. See? Boom, pop up. Boom, pop up. Boom, pop up. Boom, pop up. Let's see, it already popped up. So if it comes back in here, that might be a tasty snack to go ahead and get some pips. Okay? All right, so let's switch over to Ocean, and we'll be done. All right, let's do Ocean Theory. All right, you guys. This is very time consuming to go through each one of these, but some of you guys said it helps you a lot. So, okay. Now, this is my favorite trading system. I'm not going to lie. The only thing is, like I said, so many of these pairs are so overbought and oversold. I'll probably stay away from it. Okay. So you see this little setup with this little flat top, that's an indication that it could push a little bit higher, which is what I was telling you guys. Okay. Could push a little bit higher, but I don't trust it. So I may just hold off on all of this stuff until later on. But the reason why I call it my favorite trading system, you see it calls these trades way early in the game. Way early in the game. Okay. Before that dip, look, it went down and then pulled back up. And it already told you, hey, this is going down. And it did. ACAD, look at ACAD. Called it before any movement and went up. A Swiss is very predictable. Okay. Very, 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 very predictable. And this is what I was telling you guys. If I trade the CHF pairs, I really only like trading it with the Ocean Wave because the CHF pairs are typically a trend trading pair. Okay. See, before the big move happened, look, Ocean called it. Okay. CAD JPY. This is what I was telling you guys. See how it's spongy bob flat top. I think it can push a little bit further and retest to the bottom a little bit more. But this is where if you get the system, make sure to go through the training. This is what I was saying, not much meat left on the bone. This is what I meant. So if you look at the other trading system, it can go down further, but how much more will it be able to go is the question. And so I would be a little bit concerned about trying to get a lot left. Okay, so if we draw a support level, which you can see these little spiky candles here, okay, each one of these here. Let's put it right there. So if we look at it from that standpoint, how much is left here? Not much. You see what I'm saying? Not much left on the bone. So that's why I said I might just hold off on it. Okay. But see, this called it before the move happened. Before the move happened. That's why I said, if you're going to get any of our trading systems, always start with the ocean wave first. Hands down. Hands down. See how it called this? It called it twice before the move happened. Before. See? Now see, this is one that I might look at. Okay, I like that. But see how it already dropped? I want to wait for it to pull back up. I don't want to get it when it's dropping. I want to wait for it to pull back up. And once it does, then I might ride this one down to the other side. Okay. But truth be told, I may just not do anything. Leave it alone. Just wait. Okay. Because there's going to be some nice opportunities for reversals if I just wait and be patient. Because a lot of these are just way too overextended. Okay. But you can see on each one of these, they were called before the moves happened. Shouldn't name this instead of ocean wave. We should have named it the profit. Look at that. The profit, the profitable profit. That's what we should have called it. Look at that. Called it before the move. Before. Okay. Before. Look at that. Before the news event shot up. They called it before. The profitable profit. Look at that. Before. This is prophetic. G-Swiss to the downside. I might like that one. That's one I might like. Let me check it here. Let's see. What are you doing off the daily? Okay, you see the sharp move to the downside. I want to wait for a little bit of pullback before I take it though. Okay. But you see this one here. This is where people get caught. You think, oh, this thing is going to now retrace back up on a Sunday, and then it may, since it's so far overextended. It may. This is why I said those are nice setups, but I don't really trust it because it's overextended. But this is the ones where you think it's going to stop, and then it goes even further down. And gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. See? So a lot of these, I might just wait. But if it wasn't for overextension, that would be one I'll be looking at. Okay. So a lot of these, see, so this is another one. GJ, this is what I was telling you. It looks like it can go down a little bit further and retest the level, but not much because it's overextended as well. But if anything, would I buy or sell at this point? I wouldn't do anything. I would just hold off because they're too far overextended. Okay. But the good news is it did call it beforehand. Okay, so let's see. Look at that. Call it before. Before. Sure, I might just start taking this right before news events, big news events. I might just, let me not encourage y'all. Do things on my own, but I ain't going to tell y'all stuff. Okay. All right. Look at that. Just called it beforehand. US 30s. Okay. So like I said, a lot of these are overextended. So just be careful. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just be very, very careful trading this week. Use patience. So I think I'm going to hold off on trading on Sunday and let some of this stuff settle out and then come back in and see what it's doing, whether it's ready or not. So there's no chance of me getting caught off guard. Okay. All right, you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. Send me an email with a comment or leave a comment below. Let me know if it's helpful. And then I'll see you in class on Wednesday. Thanks.